Welcome back to talknorth.com. Thank you for listening. If you can, please download before you listen. It helps our business. I'd also like to thank our producer, Brandon Morton, and let you know if you'd like to sponsor this program or any of the programs on the network, you can reach me at jsouhan47@gmail.com.
We are here at Punch Bowl Social, the Dibble, Dabble podcast, first ever show on location. Big thanks to Punch Bowl Social for letting us be here today, bring you this podcast, talk a lot of nonsense. That's what we do here on Dibble, Dabble. Talk some sports, kind of.
A little bit of everything,
it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But we want to thank Punch Bowl Social for having us out. Our other two sponsors,
yes.
Shout out to them as well.
Shout out Hybrid Nation. What is it?
And
what do you call it?
Shepherd
Promo?
Goods.
Yeah. Promo code diversity.
Yep.
DIVERSITY for those Minnesota graduates again. And also Shepherd Goods is DAB11 is the promo code. So go check out some of their dope gear. They got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of good stuff.
Check it out if you like clothes. They are local. We love supporting local businesses, and they got great stuff.
Yep. Oh, website Shepherd Goods is shepherdgoods.com, or I'm sorry, sglambchops.com, and Hybrid Nation is hybridnationclothing.com. So like I said, go check it out.
All right, so big news today in the football world. Aaron Rodgers getting paid. Cash money, man. He's the best quarterback in football.
Yeah.
I hate saying that because he plays for the Packers, but if there's somebody that earned that big money, deserves that big money, it's him, right?
Yeah, of course. I've gotten to know A-Rod a little bit over the past 2 years.
You know him personally?
I know him personally, and he keeps it real. He's a good dude. I like him. And like you said, Packer quarterback, but he's probably the GOAT, so yeah, he deserves it.
Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
You think so? Already? I feel like it's a little too early to be calling him the GOAT.
No. Based off legacy, no.
But accomplishments, he's only got one Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so
legacy.
We can't just call him the GOAT yet.
Yeah, that's legacy. Just best talent-wise, he's the GOAT. He's the best, the BOAT.
It is hard.
The BOAT. He's the best of all time, the best quarterback we've seen to date.
The BOAT. That's a new one.
Yep. Trademark.
Do people use that?
TM.
Did you just come up with that right now?
TM right now. Copyright.
That's impressive.
Punch Bowl Social.
The BOAT. Yeah. I'm going to use that. I might use that on air.
Nah, don't steal my stuff.
No, don't steal your stuff.
That's mine.
$134 million, 4-year extension, $100 million guaranteed.
Yep.
That's a lot of money.
So we call buku bucks.
Buku bucks.
Paid.
I got this stat today.
Paper.
He's going to make $400,000 a day for the next 200 days. $400,000 a day for the next 200 days.
I'm just trying to pay my rent.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
You can ask my fiance's here. She knows all about my struggles to pay rent every single month. The man's going to make $80 million by March. That's
insane.
I
know. Let me hold something. Tag him on the podcast. Let me hold something, Aaron.
Better stay healthy. That's all I can say. Yeah. I mean, they got the Vikings week 2. It could be Anthony Barr all over again.
He don't have to stay healthy. He doesn't have to stay healthy anymore. $100 million guarantee. What do you got to stay healthy for? You might as well retire.
Well, it's not worth that money if you can't stay healthy.
Shoot, I'm just talking about him.
I guess you do have a different perspective as a professional athlete yourself.
Yeah.
You're in the interest of the athlete. I'm thinking as a fan.
Oh, man.
Fan perspective.
At a $100 million threshold, football is dead. I'm not thinking about football anymore. I'm just making sure that check hits first and the 15th.
Now, you mentioned you know Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I've heard some of your stories about your interactions with him.
Yeah.
You've given him some crap.
He hates me now, yeah.
You talk crap to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I wore a Tom Brady jersey to his suite at a Wisconsin. It wasn't my fault, though. My friend made me do it. And
you wore a Tom Brady jersey in front of Aaron Rodgers?
In front of Aaron Rodgers. I told him Kirk Cousins was the best quarterback in the NFL. Also,
no, you didn't.
I did, straight up.
To his face.
After tequila shots. Can one of y'all give me a tequila shot?
Yeah, get Jordan some tequila shots.
Get a tequila shot.
I can only imagine what he's going to say. What did he say? How did he respond to that?
He just looked at me and walked away. That's why I don't think he likes me anymore.
So he did like you before that.
I think he did, yeah. But I think you only get so many screw-ups, yeah.
In other football news today, I know Vikings fans still have a place in their heart for Teddy Bridgewater. Traded today from the Jets to the Saints, backing up Drew Brees. Great move for Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah,
I mean, to be the heir apparent in New Orleans with Alvin Kamara, he's a young guy too.
He's going to leave there next year too, though.
You think Bridgewater's going to bounce from New Orleans?
Yeah, Drew Brees is not retiring, so he's going to leave there next year. He don't want to sit. He's done sitting. He's been sitting for 13 years. His career is over.
I will say, watching him in the preseason, I never thought I would say this, but he's back. He came back from basically almost losing his leg to being a solid quarterback again.
Did he actually almost lose his leg? His
leg exploded.
What does that even mean?
It tore everything. Everything in his knee and his leg, all of it just boom.
So what were they going to do, amputate his leg? That was a ligament?
That legitimately was an option that was considered initially when it happened. They thought he was going to lose his leg.
Were you there for that?
I was there.
Covering that?
I was there for that.
Did you see it?
I did not see. I saw like the afterward. Like
Are you a doctor? I don't believe it.
But I saw players throwing up on the field after looking at it.
Really?
That's how gross it was. Remember when Kevin Ware broke his leg really gruesomely in the NCAA tournament? And how the players reacted? It was like that, but worse.
I don't think you were in the gym in high school when Seth Marks did the same thing.
Oh,
when
did he really?
Dunked on a dude and someone landed, same injury as Kevin Ware. I didn't throw up, though.
No,
I mean...
You're a tough guy.
No, I just don't think you'd have to get his leg amputated.
That was actually an option.
That's some deep.
I had a report on location all day, and that was something that was being talked about that day. They're like, it's so bad he could lose his leg from this.
All right,
but he's come back now to the point that we're talking about him being a potential starter in the NFL again. Looked great in the preseason. I thought could have won that starting job for the Jets. So I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater is a great guy.
Yeah.
One of the nicest people in sports.
Yeah, he seems
so he
like
deserves this opportunity.
He seems like it. Hopefully he gets it. I would like to see him go to like Jacksonville or something.
Gosh, I was hoping
Miami.
that after watching the Jags play the Vikings, that's all I kept thinking about.
Yeah.
Why do they not trade for Teddy Bridgewater?
Right.
They could use a quarterback.
Yeah.
Blake Bortles is bad.
The Vikings should trade for Teddy Bridgewater. I don't like Kirksey anymore. He looks like a bum.
Oh.
He looks like a bum.
It's too early, man. It's preseason.
We're going 9-7. We're going to miss the playoffs.
All right, this is crazy. This is big right here. Jordan, earlier you were saying 12-4. You came out said 12-4. Kirk Cousins was the savior. That's straight from your mouth, man.
Kirksey is he's struggling right now. I like him still, but I don't know. The offensive line doesn't look good. I don't think we're gonna. Next year we're gonna win the Super Bowl.
This is surprising.
You heard it here first.
This is surprising to me.
This year's not our year.
This is surprising to me.
It's too much hype.
You're an athlete.
It's too much
hype.
It's
the preseason.
It's too much hype.
Are we really reading too much into the preseason?
There's too much hype, yeah. It doesn't work for Minnesota fans. We know it. There's too much hype. They'll lose. We'll start the season 1-4. 2-3.
Oh, my gosh. Now you sound like me.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
I watched Game 3.
You stopped drinking that purple Kool-Aid for once.
I watched Game 3 of the preseason.
And you weren't impressed with that 97-yard touchdown drive?
I was impressed by that, but that was all I was impressed by.
I mean, but it's the little things in the preseason. They're not even using the full playbook. They're not even putting their schemes out there.
I hope I'm wrong. I'm not wrong too often, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah, right.
I think it's too early to be panicking, and I don't think Kirk Cousins is overrated. From what I'm at Vikings practice every day. I get to watch this guy every day. You just prefer Teddy Bridgewater?
Teddy B, 2 gloves.
But why? Give me a reason.
I don't really have a good reason for once. There's no logic behind it. I just like
when it comes to leadership, they both command the team in the locker room really, really well. When it comes to on-field talent, I think Cousins has a bigger arm, and I think he's more accurate than Bridgewater. And I think right now the problem is the chemistry is just not there yet with Rudolph and with Thielen. But him and Diggs, man, they already have a strong connection. I wouldn't be surprised if Stephon Diggs went for 200 yards in that first game. I think Diggs is in for a breakout. I'm serious. I think it's going to be a monster game for Stephon Diggs.
You want to bet on that?
No, but we already bet the Vikings season, and you already just went back on what you said.
What did we bet on? That's what I said.
You said 12-4. I said 10-6.
What did we bet?
I wanted to bet $500, but you said that was too rich for your brother.
It's too rich for my brother. Lewis, my dad got it, though. He's on site. He got it.
And then my fiance heard about me trying to bet $500, and that was the end of that. So I think we ended up settling on a burrito. And did somebody actually buy Jordan a tree?
Dang.
Somebody got him a tequila shot.
I appreciate it. I don't know who did that. Was it you, Andy? Should have known.
That's good stuff.
Cheers.
Well, thank you. Cheers. So every week when we do this show, Dibble Dabble podcast, you can find it on the Talk North Network. We do a segment called the Dirty Six. Kind of like a top six, no particular order. But really, the name of the game is just the 6 best of whatever the topic is that day. Since we're talking Vikings, since the season is approaching quickly, I thought today's Dirty Six should be the top 6 most underrated Vikings of all time. Those guys that aren't Randy Moss, that aren't getting the love. The guys that aren't in the Ring of Honor. Who are the 6 most underrated, underappreciated Vikings of all time?
I still think Randy Moss is in there.
He's underappreciated. He's one of the Hall of Fame.
He was underappreciated when he was in Minnesota.
That is true. He was underappreciated. We didn't know what we had in Randy Moss until Randy Moss was gone.
You can go first. I went first the last 2 weeks.
You want me to go first?
You take it away.
Okay.
Besides, I got to think.
That's the real reason you want me to go first, is you don't have an actual list
I ain't
yet.
got nothing for you right now. Yeah, but I got you.
I'm going to kick this off.
Brewing.
Top 6 most underrated Vikings of all time. I'm starting with Robert Smith. The great Robert Smith, one of the best running backs in Vikings history, but he's a guy that we forget about as Minnesota fans. He was great. He was injured often when he played here, but man, that guy could run. He was quick, second most rushing yards in Vikings history.
Tell me, do you have this written down right now?
I just have names in front of me.
You have names in front of you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were just going off the dome. You wrote it down?
I do my research.
Cheating. All right,
okay,
hold on.
True
Go ahead.
story. I'm about to put Jordan on blast. We showed up at 6:15. Jordan's like, what are we talking about today? I was like, well, Teddy Bridgewater got traded. He's like, well, he got traded. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today.
I'm a busy man. I'm a busy man. I got a lot of things. Move week, man.
Robert Smith is on my list, number 1. Jake Reed is my second most underrated Viking of all time. I mean, it was Carter, it was Moss, it was Reed. 4th all-time in yards. He's ahead of Ahmad Rashad all-time in Vikings history. And Ahmad Rashad's in the Ring of Honor. There's no way Jake Reed's ever going into the Ring of Honor. He doesn't get that love.
Does he belong there, though?
Absolutely. Look at the top 10, touchdowns, receiving yards. Jake Reed's in all of that. But because he was overshadowed by Moss and by Carter, like you just said, does he belong there? He gets no love, he gets no respect. My next 2 are just kind of outside the box. Brock Lesnar is an underrated Viking.
Oh, my God.
Brock Lesnar is an
Stop the show, dude. What?
Brock Lesnar is an underrated Viking because he only played in the preseason. One of the best combat sports athletes of all time.
He played
Brock
football?
Lesnar. Played for the Vikings. Number 69, Brock Lesnar.
That's why you like him.
No. Jared Allen was number 69 too. He was great.
He's not underappreciated.
Let me just explain this real quick. Brock Lesnar only played in the preseason. He was the last guy cut that year, and he had only played high school football. But he was that great of an athlete that he almost made the team. Had 1 sack, and he started a fight against Kansas City. That's a pretty dang good preseason. Brock Lesnar, underappreciated, and I love when I see Brock Lesnar jerseys at Vikings games. Makes me really happy.
You're reaching for that one, but continue.
Orlando Thomas, great safety, guy that we forgot about, the late, great Orlando Thomas. One of the best ball hawks in Vikings history. Was a really, really good safety. Ryan Longwell, the best kicker in Vikings history. Who's a better kicker in Vikings history than Ryan Longwell?
Kai Forbath.
Gary Anderson.
Gary Anderson.
Michael Shannon's sitting out here. He's not because he blew that 1998 game. Gary Anderson was perfect that season, but he blew the year. That was a Super Bowl season.
It was roughing the kicker.
Oh, no.
They came out and said it right after. It was roughing the kicker. Dude took his legs out.
Make the kick.
It's roughing the kicker.
Make the kick.
Would you make that kick?
No.
Roughing the kicker.
I wouldn't make that
it's
kick.
Roughing the kicker. Gary Anderson is hands down the best.
Ryan Longwell is the most successful kicker in Vikings history. Over the course of his Vikings career, he was the most successful. Right. And finally, Visanthe Shenko. Underrated.
All right, now you're getting somewhere.
Visanthe Shenko was a really underrated tight end when he was here. The man just knew how to find the end zone. And, of course, we had that one moment where he was caught naked in the locker room on live TV on Fox. And that's an unforgettable moment in Vikings history.
See, you're bringing outside.
That was an unforgettable moment in Vikings
That's
history.
Legendary right
Look
there.
it up. Go on YouTube.
I'm not looking that up. I don't need to look that up.
I'm sure they've blurred it out since then.
I'm good.
Yeah. We got some people saying thumbs up to looking it up.
Look that up?
Yeah.
It was that good?